Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Pastor Bob with our weekend edition of our Daily Bible Reading Insight. Welcome. Hey, because it's weekend edition, tomorrow, Sunday, we are beginning a brand new worship series called Supernatural. We're going to talk about how we get spiritually fit based off of Nehemiah 8:10. The joy of the Lord is our strength. And so if you have not yet visited us down at the Willow, you should come down, hang out with us. This week's reading, we are in 1 Kings 12 through 16, and then finishing up the Gospel of Luke, chapter 24, verses 13 through 53. 1 Kings, well, we can see where the book gets its title now, as we learn about the kings of both Israel and Judah. Remember, Israel is the larger northern kingdom with 10 tribes, and Judah is the smaller southern kingdom with 2 tribes. In our reading today, we actually see them splitting up as God had foretold. And the reading for this weekend kind of goes back and forth, between the king of Israel, king of Judah, king of Israel, king of Judah. We'll learn more about them on Monday. What's more interesting to me is our reading in Luke, starting in verse 13. While 2 of the disciples are on the way to a village called Emmaus, who should join them but Jesus? Although they didn't recognize him at first. After they hang out with Jesus a little bit, he breaks bread and then he reveals himself to them. Those two disciples come back to all the other disciples and say, "Guess who we saw?" Almost immediately as they're saying that, Jesus shows up again. Pretty cool. But the disciples think they're seeing a spirit, to which Jesus replies in verse 38 and 39. I'll put it up here. This is NLT. "Why are you troubled? And why are doubts rising in your hearts? Look at the marks in my hands I won't bring my feet up. And my feet, and see that it is myself. Touch me and see. A spirit does not have flesh and bones, as you see that I have." Now, here's something very interesting. I think this is the application for us today. The way that Jesus proves himself to the disciples is by the marks on his hands and his feet. He doesn't do a miracle, turning water into wine. He doesn't calm storms. He doesn't heal anybody. He doesn't bring anybody back to life. He tells them, look at the marks. Why is that significant? I believe Jesus is telling them, if you really want to know that it's me in front of you, look at what I was willing to do for you. These wounds, these marks are for you. One of the biggest differences between Jesus and the Christian theology and any other God of any other religion is that he was willing to come down and die for us. This turns salvation completely on its head. Every other religion has its followers dying for the deity of that religion, right? But with Jesus, he says, I came down for you and I died for you, and here's proof that I am really who I said I am. Where do we go with that? Well, it means that if you're hurting today, if you're suffering, you're simply afraid, you can take comfort knowing the God of the universe, right? That it is his nature, his loving kindness and grace, that he comes down to us and is broken for us and poured out for us. That is what love looks like. Amen? Pastor Bob with West Willow United Methodist Church. Hope to see you Sunday morning. Take care.